Alright, in this little video I'm going to show you how to take some macro pictures. I got this cheap $20 macro lens on my Samsung S6. So older phone, cheaper macro lens to see how it performs and what I can get with it. Let's jump in. Okay, so I got this fired on. I'm going to go into the camera, and the first thing I'm going to want to do is, this is Android. If you swipe to the left, it gives you this menu. We're going to go into Pro mode. And the only thing we're going to want in Pro mode is this manual focus. And now I'm going to do two different ways, one with this clip-on macro lens and one without, just to show the difference in the video later on. So with the clip-on lens, I'm going to have it all the way to this mountain. On an iPhone, it's going to be different, and on some other phones, you might also have different ways to get this manual focus. I'm not going to go deep into that. Just look up your phone and, let's say you have the iPhone 10, iPhone 10, you just search how to manual focus iPhone 10. Just figure that out. So what that's going to let us do is, so we're going to focus by moving the phone, and that's the important thing, because the autofocus on your phone is going to have a hard time with macro. So like here, see, and then in some newer phones, you got the focus peaking where it'll like change color if it's in focus. So this is really weird with two phones, trying to first person film that. But over here we got all sorts of stuff. That's why I wanted to do this. And the bad thing about these cheaper macro lenses, I haven't found one I like. It's the working distance. It's how close you have to be to get something in focus. And this is pretty close. But as you can see, the fly's not too concerned. And that's why fruit is nice. Let's see. But you got to get really close. So, really close to focus. Like, it's not about, let's see how I'm doing here. So that's in focus. So you got about 2 inches, which, I mean, really with my macro lens setup, that's about where I'm at too. But see, I'm focusing by moving the phone. And that's what you want to do. And then you want to be zoomed out. Like, you don't want to zoom in. Like, and that's like the last thing you want to do. Because the more you zoom in on your phone, since it's called, it's a software zoom. So, the lens, I don't know all the technical words to explain it. It's just your software is just like cropping the picture. So every time, the more you zoom in, the more quality you're losing. Yeah, when you zoom in, with your phone, like that, it's the same quality as if you took it at 1 and then just cropped it, if that makes sense. So it's like this is your highest quality photo. So if I take this right here, and then if I go into edit, and then if I were to crop it and make it, like this small, so cropping it right here, that quality of that cropped picture is the same you'd get if you zoom in when you're taking a picture. So just keep that in mind. So that's really the basics. The biggest thing is that manual focus. Like, you're gonna have a real hard time doing this without manual focus. So I'm gonna take a few pictures. I'm gonna kill this video, and then I'm gonna pick up and use my techniques that I use with my DSLR, where I'll have the background and then hold the fruit in my hand and capture them. So to apply those with this, and the only thing I'm doing is the S6 with the clip-on macro. Okay. So yeah, this video works pretty good with the macro lens. So here, this I can explain it while I'm doing it. So I got my background on my finger, and I got a manual focus, and I'm 1.5 zoomed. I know it loses the quality, but it shows me, well, it's not a loss of quality. It just shows me the framing I want, so I don't have to crop later. But this is phenomenal video, and see, with the phone you need lighting a little better. So he flew away. I'm gonna go grab another pair. Okay, here we go. Another pair, another bee. So see, it's like moving the phone. That's my focus. That's very important. The thing you have to do to get sharp focus is, manual. Get that manual focus. And I'm not used to stabilizing a phone, but I'm doing the best I can. And I'm filming video, so see, I got my background right there. Look at that. That's a nice picture right there. I'm gonna stop and take that. But yeah, there we go. I took a few pictures, and like the video quality on this is fun. Oh, there he goes. Here's this guy. I don't know what he's doing. He's like trying to climb up a leaf, but he is being really cute. So yeah, it's all manual focus and just moving the phone. Like that's the key to getting that shot in focus. And you don't have control over the aperture, so your depth of field is what you get. Phones are pretty good though. They have a pretty wide depth of field. So like the details are pretty good. Like I can see his eyes and some hair, and whatever he's trying to do. So this is awesome footage. But yeah, so big thing is manual. Now I'm going to take this clip-on macro lens off and see what that looks like. Okay, so now I have the macro lens off, and we're gonna still be in pro mode. And then manual focus, we're gonna go all the way over to this little flower. So that is zoomed in, or, well, that's close focusing. My background is in the way. But yeah, so that's gonna be on that flower. The phone, when it's in focus, is gonna be as close as you can get. And we're gonna apply the exact same concepts that I went over with the clip-on lens. Exact same, and we'll just see what the quality difference is. All right, let's go. So this is 1.5 on the without the macro lens, which is still pretty good. I don't know what this bee is doing. Doing the hokey pokey. Now he's cleaning his butt off. So we can zoom in. This is at 2. You know, let's go into 10. See, now you're gonna get wavy lines when you take the picture. See how much quality you lose? Like, you can see it in the video. I'll take a picture just for reference. Okay. We're gonna zoom back out. And feel bad, he's cleaning his butt and he about went into the pear juice. So yeah, I mean, that's, oh, hang on, little buddy. You know, the working distance is a lot nicer. I'm about 4 inches away. So that gives you a little more room to be creative. And that's good detail. I mean, he's fully in focus. You're just not going to see like the details on the eyes, no matter how much you zoom in. I mean, there's a little. Bees have weird eyes anyway. But yeah, so just manual focus. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm really happy with this video quality too. And you know, like on my Instagram stories, I'm always running around with my phone. I'm using the Samsung S9, but this is okay. I ran out of storage on my S9, or on my S6, so I'm back on my S9. But yeah, this is how I record all my video. It's just manual focus, and then I zoom in just a little bit. Because again, the more you zoom in, the more quality you lose. Just to keep that in mind. You start getting wavy lines, but yeah. So here's my phone macro tutorial. It's pretty simple. There's not much there. You gotta work with natural lighting, but phones are really good at getting the exposure right, and it's all about that manual focus and making sure to not zoom in too much, because if you know, the more you zoom in, you start getting those wavy lines, and that takes away from your detail. And then the macro lens, it does help, because that zooms you in without having to use the zoom on your phone, which is the big deal. So you get the zoom without loss of quality, and that's the big thing there. And this little bee is just adorable. So yeah, there's the bee. Here's the fly. It's really straightforward on a phone. There isn't a whole lot there. It's manual focus, and you know, the macro lens helps. You're gonna lose a lot of working distance. So if you're not comfortable being, you know, an inch or two away from a bug, then a macro lens might not work best for you. And you still can get pretty good shots and quality with just with the phone and its default zoom. Most people just don't get into that manual focus, and then all you gotta do is hold steady. And another part of that is when you're taking pictures, you gotta gently press your shutter, to take the picture, because that little bit of movement, like right there, that'll scare your bug away like that. And it'll move just enough to get your focus away. See, it's like in focus, out of focus. And yeah, so that's the basics with phones. Macro lens will give you more detail, and you're at the mercy of natural light. Um, and then just keep that zooming to a minimum. Like my rule of thumb is I never want to go much past 3. Like this is 3 times magnification. Because when we go to 10, you get those wavy lines, which I don't like those. They wreck your picture. Um, if you're a detail freak like me. So yeah, about 3. And again, even at 1, you can then crop it, and you're not going to be losing that quality. So here's my macro. Macro on the phone. All my other things apply with, multiple shots, the backgrounds. You can still play with those. So you will frame it up. Pretend there's a bug there. You got that cool background. And there we go. But we'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think. Ask me any questions in the comments below, and I'll help you out. Okay, quick recap for the macro mobile photography. Quick tips. Number 1, most important, manual focus. So moving your phone to focus on your subject. That's going to be key to getting sharp pictures, as sharp as you can based on your phone, to prevent that autofocus from getting in the way and messing up your shot. And then 2, I don't touch base on it too much, but you want to stabilize your phone as much as you can. Whether you use 2 hands to hold it steady, for starter. You can tuck your elbows in while you're holding it against your chest like this to stabilize that a little more, just as steady as you can. And then 3, when you're pushing the shutter button, you want to be real gentle. You don't want to push your phone. You just want to touch your phone enough to take the picture. And then when you zoom in on the phone, that's basically cropping. So zoomed in, that's the same as if you didn't zoom in, like you're just 1x and then you cropped it. So it's just giving you a closer look at the picture. It's not getting you a better picture, because you're just cropping on the phone. And that's where the macro lens comes in. So the final is a macro lens. You want to do that to increase the quality, because that'll magnify your subject without having to crop your picture. So you get more detail and quality in your photo. So I'll put a link below with the the macro lens I used, in case you're interested, I got it off Amazon. It was cheap. It comes with, it's like the SVIT. It came with some other lenses. It works. It works. I'd like more of a working distance, but for the price, I'm happy with it. The wide angle and other lenses that come with it are kind of fun to play with too. Simple, and I'll put a link to that below. For other like general tips that also apply to mobile macro, like these backgrounds that I use, check out pocketmacro.com, and then if you look at the creating your picture section, and also in the menu there's like a backgrounds link. You can download these and print them. I just print them out with one of those little Polaroid zinc printers. But you can do whatever, make your own. I just put them there for fun, because I do like them. I use them in all my shots now, for fun. Just gives me a way to add some variety to the same bugs I keep seeing. But yeah, so long summary recap. But yeah, that's where we're at. Manual focus, stable, um, zoom sparingly. That's just like cropping. It's not making your picture any better. It's just showing you what you're gonna get. And yeah, gentle shutter, and get a little macro lens if you can. I'll try it out on YouTube. I saw one you can make your own mobile macro based on an old point and click. I'll put a link to that in the description too. For the one I saw, it was like $2. You just get a point and shoot, take the lenses out, and make a macro. Sounds fun. Probably is a lot better than the ones you can buy off Amazon. So, whew, there we go. All right, see you guys.